I literally just finished my first and only. I'm a 1-cup coffee kind of guy. I've tried the 2-cup, and it sends me over. I'm literally like kind of
jittery,
shaking. Trav popped in. He's like, "Hey, this company Magic Mind sent us these little elixir bottles.
Really cool design on their logo.
It looked legit, and it looked like a little mini smoothie.
Matcha, natural ingredients.
It had that organic, natural look, and I was like, hey, all right, I'll give it a go. Popped it down. Flavor was fine, actually, like not bad. I like that kind of
sweet.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, Trav dropped one off at my house, and I just like the fact that it's just one swig. I'm not having to guzzle a whole cup of coffee.
No, it's not like a big old kale shake or something that you're like, good Lord.
A great little shot to the brain.
Both Dan and I had it at the beginning of
probably
of a school
7:40 in the morning.
Yeah.
I usually drink my coffee around 6, so coffee had kind of done its thing, and I was like, let's see how long this lasts. And I felt noticeably a little more pep in my step. I'm sure my students appreciated it.
You could supplement your morning caffeine, your morning coffee. You can have this with it. You could try to replace it.
Yeah, and you don't need to lug around a heavy canteen of coffee. You got a little elixir in your pocket.
Yeah, I don't know how many ounces.
Pull it out when you're feeling you need that pep, and it's a nice little swig.
Helps you do what you want to do.
So, during this month of January, Magic Mind would like to offer you 1 month for free when you subscribe for 3 months, and you can do that at magicmind.com/JAN, hold your horses. That's lowercase and one word. So that's at magicmind.com/Jan, hold your horses. And if you use our code horses20, then you can get 1 month for free when you subscribe for 3 months.
Also, at the start of 2024 in January, they are now at Sprouts Farmers Market.
Oh, wow.
So if you live close to a Sprouts, hop on in there.
I would imagine at least half
Tell
dozen
them
of our
we
listeners
sent
do.
you.
Yep.
That's right.
Okay? They probably won't know what you're talking about, but
tell
that's
them about
okay.
us. Tell them about us.
Yep.
Yep.
And then stroll right on to where they have the Magic Mind. Buy yourself a few of those and get ready for increased focus, productivity, creativity. The sky is the limit.
Yep.
An all-around better day.
Yeah. And I would imagine if you were to have one of these right before listening to Hold Your Horses, you would laugh twice as hard, twice as long, and you'd probably listen to it twice.
As much.
The episode two times.
Two times.
Two times in a row.
Two times in a row. Pittsburgh.
Okay, now we're live.
Okay. Well, on 3.
Must be cold over there.
Hold your
Horses.
No. It's
Start over.
3.
3, and then we all say
it.
horse.
Let's take it again.
Hold
3.
your horses.
Okay, that was so bad.
One more time.
Hold your
horses.
Not bad.
That was actually
Bad
really
at all.
good.
That was real good, boys.
Barbershop quartet.
The old triplet.
Triquet.
Trucket.
Trucket.
The old trucket.
There it is.
Travi is as prepared as I've ever seen him.
Oh, no
wow.
way. We have a letterhead?
We have letterhead.
I have a letterhead. I don't know about you.
That's true.
Oh man.
And we have sweatshirts?
It's good. It's good to be back.
Boy, is it ever.
A little bit of housekeeping up front.
Yeah, let's
How about shed keeping? And maybe you guys can clean up your messes in here.
Some shed keeping. I recorded a bit earlier about me moving boxes around and like tripping and stuff. Well, I got a cut.
I'm sorry.
Are we gonna get a cut of the earnings ever?
Yeah.
You still haven't.
I told you that
ponied up
when the mics are,
Oh.
Yeah, hot mics.
Yeah, cold mics. So we'll talk about it.
Okay.
No, but merch. Some folks, some very loyal fans have gotten the sweater, the pullover, and we got those. And we discovered that, maybe it's not as durable as it could be. The sort of...
The printing.
So
the sweaters actually are really comfy.
Sweaters
I
are
wear
nice.
mine regularly.
Yeah, it's comfortable, but we need to find kind of a better solution for the printing.
Okay.
So that's happening. Hats
Ooh.
I've got a good
A bead.
supplier
A good bead on
with
someone.
a good Richardson cap.
Love the Richardsons.
But I can't settle on like a logo, you know, like, so I want to try a few out.
Maybe we'll have our Patreons vote on it.
Maybe.
Yeah, that would be
Maybe
good.
our lonely fans.
Submit us an sketch or a graphic of design for Hold Your Horses.
Through the
if
interweb.
we choose yours, you can find us at... Travis, where can they find us?
They can find us at www.danatkins.
No, like a
Creed,
real...
Creed thoughts.
horses.com.
No, I think we have an Instagram account. You would
yeah,
directly
we do.
message us, DM, as somebody used to say.
Slide into our DMs.
If you...
Is that not a... I don't think that's a... Is that a
No,
good
that's
thing?
not an idiom,
Okay.
and I don't think it's ever been said before. Nor, good news, will it ever be said again on this show.
Mhm.
But if you have an idea for a logo, something catchy, something poppy,
I think we.
And if
I
you're
think
key-
we
well,
we'll
already.
give you a free hat. We'll
If
give you a
you're
free hat.
drawing
That's what I'm trying to
horses,
say.
try to keep them PG, please.
I
We
think
don't.
We already have a
does-
good kind of design department.
Oh, right.
okay.
We
That's
do
right.
have someone that's
Let's not put somebody
the
out,
art
out
field.
of business.
Oh, your wife is my sister. Is a resident
no,
artist.
myself. I've done,
Oh,
I've
you-
done all these.
oh,
Yeah,
these are
I've
my
done it all.
hands. These
actually.
are,
Isn't that Dan's hand holding the horse?
that might be.
I think it's Pac's
that
hand.
one's.
That
That's
it looks
Pat's
pretty
little-
frail.
That
Yeah.
middle finger looks a little short. looks
Looks
white.
a little
Looks
nubby.
pale.
No, isn't that on his
That's
other
his
one?
other one. His good hand.
Well,
Anyways,
Back
so
to housekeeping.
back
What
to
else?
housekeeping.
yep. What else?
What are the ground rules
For
this
2024, what are we
season?
looking at? What's new and exciting besides
Yeah.
merch? Did my
Yeah.
jock strap idea come through? I was thinking for
I
horse
did a-
riding jockeys.
I did a poll and nobody said that they would buy that.
Okay. I just was thinking for
Yeah.
our jockey fans out there.
So I know there's like jocks is kind of like one designation in high school, and then there's kind of like the nerds. Is there like
Hicks.
are there nerd straps and hick straps?
Hick straps would make sense.
Ooh,
Nerd straps, they don't. No.
wow.
Okay, I just was
Nerd
wondering if
ropes.
it's
There we go.
I want to discriminate.
Okay, so
Good.
let's jump into whoever wants to go first.
Wow, for 2024.
Because it's
Just
not.
like
I mean, we
that.
didn't really discuss. So
Oh, we don't need to discuss. We know how this works.
Yeah, I
I'll
always
go
start.
first. Oh, okay. Wait, what?
Wait.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Okay, I'll go
Travis.
first. Okay. So to start, that was a good, probably cold open, but we'll probably have a even colder one.
Mm-hmm.
To kind of give away a little clue.
Get things cooking.
I wanted to hear about people's any interesting hand injury stories. Maybe while you're thinking, I'll say a few.
Oh, perfect.
Oh.
Yeah, just a few months ago, I was
yeah,
moving
gross.
some firewood, and actually, you could probably see it.
They don't want to see that.
Put it away. My fingernail. It wasn't a bad smash on my thumb,
Mm-hmm.
but it was just the right one.
Yep.
The tip of the log, and it just kind of hit the nail.
Cold
right
weather.
there.
Yeah.
I said a lot of things, and the nail turned black,
Mm-hmm.
and it just hurt so bad. Anyway, so it's growing back now in a weird way.
Yeah.
I didn't know nails could do that, but
So
so there's something. Also
So
got
you
a few
could
fish
almost
hooks.
say that piece of wood nailed it.
you.
I was gonna say that it got the upper hand
Yeah.
on you, but is that too early?
It's almost like it gave
Kinda-
you the finger.
Jumping the gun a little, but that's okay. Yeah. You
I
too.
have a finger story.
Good.
Senior year, there's a tradition at the high school called sober graduation. They don't want the kids out, gallivanting
Everybody be
around.
responsible. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Very
be
good.
responsible. So they lock you in, and they have all sorts of games. Well, one of the games was an inflatable thing where you strap like a bungee cord to your back,
Oh yeah.
and then you run against somebody else in another lane, and then you try to go who can go the farthest. And there was
Oh.
like a little thing in your hand that you would like attach to something, and then you could see who won.
Was it outlawed shortly after this
Well,
injury?
it should
or-
have been, because I really was going for it, and I went, and I could feel the
Graduation,
tension,
goodbye
and
high school.
and I dove, and it whipped me back and shot me out of the whole inflatable thing,
Landed
Oh,
and they
wow.
were
on
just
the
set up
asphalt.
on the blacktop out behind the
Mm.
gym, and I just landed on one finger, my whole body,
Wow.
and so my finger went like that. and
It's
then
like perpendicular.
Ooh.
yeah, so I broke my finger. It's still
Wow.
kind
Oh,
of a
wow.
little bit bent. I've got a scar here.
And you went to the hospital and all that.
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
Jeez.
they popped it back in, and then I went back to sober
Went
grad
back
and
to it.
finished off
Jumped up,
a
yeah.
hand of poker.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, you guys both have the upper hand on me. I don't have any good.
Just stop saying.
Yeah.
I don't have any good hand stories.
Hands down, what would be
I mean, all I can think of is maybe like a
chip
sliver,
nail.
a sliver under the whole nail,
yeah.
where you can see a black
Yeah.
streak going the whole distance,
Pending
nothing you can
litigation.
do.
Or,
and that's just waiting for it to pull
so
out.
that happened to you?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's happened
It's
a few,
happened
just
a few
over the
times.
years. I mean, I'm well into my
40s.
late 20s,
Yeah.
so
Late.
All right.
So, yes, as Thomas has said twice now, the idiom is to have the upper hand.
Oh,
The upper
I
hand.
see. Yeah.
So, let's jump right in.
Oof.
How would you... Okay, so I do want to ask, though, because this goes directly kind of into my guess
okay.
of where this came from.
So you've actually already thought about this.
Oh, yeah.
This
yeah.
is it,
Short-
guys. We are turning over a new leaf here.
So
for
this isn't. We don't
2024.
just show up
We're
and
not just
you
guessing.
and you have stuff prepared.
No. To make it worth my while.
Right.
to make
And
it
the
worth
listeners.
their
Right.
while.
So this year it's
I
going
want
to
to give
count.
them
This
something.
year it's about the listeners.
something,
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, next time let us know in advance, and we'll.
So I was gonna say something, but no, it's fine.
So I have a
You guys seem
notebook.
to be
I have
quick,
my
so-
phone.
good. Okay, so how would you go about determining who, an individual or a team,
Mhm.
goes first at a sport?
Coin
Beginning
toss.
of the game. Okay,
Flip a tee.
A coin toss. Very good.
Rochambeau.
Mm-hmm.
Rock, paper, scissors. Rochambeau.
Ranking from prior events and
Ranking.
seasons.
Okay, good. Home or visiting team, right?
Arm
Things like
wrestling.
this. Arm wrestling?
I don't
Okay.
know.
Sure,
Home
maybe.
home court. You just get to
home
go
court
first.
could
Yep.
get to go
Home court
first.
advantage.
Or maybe,
Maybe.
right? Like the early days of baseball or just backyard baseball, players would maybe toss a bat, right, in the air.
Sure.
The opposing team, a player from the opposing team would grab the bat, and then the other player, right,
Would grab it.
would grab the bat right above the other player's hand, and it would just go up and up and up until you get to the end of the bat, right?
Yes.
And then the person
Yes.
whose hand was at the end,
The end or the top?
the top of the bat,
Okay.
right, would get to go first.
That's
So you made
So-
this scenario up, or you know about this?
Sandlot.
They do that?
no,
I
they don't
definitely
do that in
remember
Sandlot.
that.
I
Yeah,
don't think we just watched it. They don't do that. In
I
Sandlot.
remember in one of them.
A baseball movie?
A
Oh,
baseball
Angels,
movie.
Angels in the
Angels in
outfield.
the outfield, maybe.
Maybe.
Or Rookie of the Year.
Maybe
Any-
any
Right.
baseball movie.
Okay,
maybe.
so you think this is a real thing?
So I think. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no,
They
it's a real
definitely
thing.
do that.
I've done that.
But
You've done
does
yeah.
the saying come from there?
Right.
Sure,
We'll see.
because they had the upper hand.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So they had the upper hand.
Wow.
So some people might think that. Do you know when baseball was invented?
Yeah.
It was when
Of course.
Hannes Wagner.
Honus. Yeah,
Sorry, I think you mean no. You said you knew, or do you want to
Oh,
hear?
1878? Or
So
was it 88?
So close, but like 40
84.
years. No. So some people say that Abner Doubleday from Cooperstown, New York, invented
would.
the game
They
in
would.
1839. He would go on.
Really?
And he would go on to be a Civil War
I
hero.
was just gonna say, I thought
That's
for
not
sure
true,
post
though.
World War II.
That's
I mean
not
post Civil
true.
War. Post Civil War.
Wow.
So
Okay, that's
the
not true.
actual story, the real origins, it dates back to 18th century, with the most direct ancestors being rounders. So a game of rounders, which was brought to New England by early colonists, and
Oh, this
cricket.
is-
So those are two games.
Wait,
I don't
what's
know
rounders?
I don't know what rounders is.
Isn't there a
But I'm
movie?
That's
Ben Affleck and
Yeah,
like-
that's a gambling.
but that's not.
That's
okay, different.
Yeah.
Good.
Which is different.
Let's go on.
But anyways, like, you have a ball, you have something to
hitting
hit
it
the
with
ball with.
something.
Okay.
Exactly.
Something round.
But in 1845, that's when the sport formally kind of made its own rules
Debuted.
specific
Mm.
to
Wow.
baseball.
Okay.
So, I do think that it came from perhaps baseball.
Interesting.
However, there's a challenge here. Hope, in spirit, your sister.
Okay.
She was like, "Oh, upper hand, poker, cards."
That's where I was. That's where I was going.
Okay, so I won't steal your thunder.
You did. It's
You did.
However,
stolen.
Okay.
However,
You're literally
I
holding.
will say
Yeah.
that upper seems like a directional sort of, not like
Bigger,
yeah,
stronger,
yeah. It seems very specific to
height.
to not have to do with
Height.
anything,
Yeah.
But
Right.
anyway, so okay.
So
So there's a
Trav,
little bit of
wow.
background.
So did you?
Um,
What does it mean to you?
it to have the upper hand means to have the advantage.
So it's like
In
the
some
Star Wars
situation-
situation, having the higher ground.
It could be, yeah.
Just.
Wait, who says the higher ground? in Star
Okay.
Wars?
Oh wow, that's a crucial scene
Yeah.
throughout.
Down to when? He had the upper hand because he had a
True.
laser beam that
Yeah,
could
he
blow up
destroyed
planets.
a planet.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
that's what you're referring to?
No, it's
Oh, when
Anakin and
Oh,
Obi-Wan, that's early,
I've never referenced
but then
an Anakin
but
Star
then
Wars
Luke
in
does
my
the
life.
same thing. I think.
Okay. I always reference it.
Would
Anakin.
you say
It's working?
It's working.
Would you say
Now
when,
this
when
is
Darth
pod racing.
Vader cut off his son's hand,
He had
was like
the lesser hand.
laughing. Look, who, I literally have
The
the
upper
upper hand. I have more hands than you.
I don't remember that
How's your
part.
friend Han Solo?
Oh wow.
Oh,
Wow.
Trav, pun intended,
Jeez.
but I've got to hand it to you.
Very good.
You put in the work.
You did.
Handle
Sweat.
that.
A lot
Yeah.
of baseball
Well.
research, so hopefully it's
Yeah.
going that
Yeah.
direction.
Right.
And I looked up the answer to.
Right,
Oh.
and I double
Yeah.
checked. That's how this
Yeah.
season's going.
And I'm
kidding.
guessing it
Wow.
started in
I'm
18.
kidding.
Okay.
All right. Who
What
would,
about-
who would like to?
Well, you kind of
Follow that.
You stole poker.
Right.
I mean, no.
hand-
I didn't explain.
But
it.
I don't know anything about
I'd love to know what your little
Upper.
notebook says.
an
Well, it'd just
up-
be the,
the
I have
bigger,
the higher hand.
higher number, higher cards.
I have a flush.
What
and you
about
have-
an uppercut with your hand?
Okay.
Boom, a boxing term. He had the upper hand. He ended up with a nice jab at the end.
Okay.
Yeah,
right in there.
you punched him in the gut, and he's like,
Sucker punch.
but I've got the upper hand, and he's like, what? And then he goes like that on the
But
chin.
it starts lower.
Takes one on
You
the
al-
chin, but
you
it
always
ends
start
up.
low
It
Okay.
ends
and
up.
high.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
That was just a quick thought.
Easy. Yeah, just kind of
Wow.
throwing him out.
Yeah, you can throw some.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Feel free. It doesn't have to just be me saying.
I
all the
mean,
good
I
ideas.
envisioned a sword fight, a gentleman's duel,
Ooh.
and they're clang clang.
Careful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's got the sword,
yeah.
like the high ground. The upper. His hand has got. It's way easier to strike
Sure.
from the downward
This
versus
gravity
like,
is working with you.
like you're going like this. I kind of picture Princess Bride a little when they're having that back
So
and
good.
forth. A classic.
Yeah, when the guy's on top and he's pushing the sword down, and then eventually it's aimed right at the neck,
Yeah.
and he's standing over
Yeah.
him. You have the upper hand.
Look, my hand is above,
Above.
yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Sword fighting. I like
Sword
that.
fighting,
Uh-huh.
poker. So sword fighting can go way back.
Yeah. Upper. So upper could be stronger. It could be higher. Just literally on the high ground. What else is hand? All hands on deck.
Who did that?
Hand.
Referring to the
All the
sailors
the,
and
the
whatnot.
crew members.
Hands. Yeah.
There's a fancy English literary term for that type of expression. Forget what it's called. It's like syncope or something, but anyway, it's when you use something, a piece to represent the whole. Like all hands on
Okay.
deck is the hands are
the
talking
body.
about the body.
The unit.
Anyway,
Okay.
a little sidetrack there. Who else has hands? We've got people, monkeys.
Good.
Does it?
Platypi?
It's got to be. Well, so you had hands, literal hands,
Yeah.
a hand of cards.
Hand of cards. Yeah.
Those are two meanings of hands. Are there any other hand? Maybe I'll hand this one off to you.
Handle
Hand-me-downs?
Handle Messiah
Hand-me-downs?
was like the kind of the top of his
Maybe
class.
it came from hand-me-downs, where he's like, "Here, do you want some of these clothes? I've already worn them."
And he's passing him,
got the
and he's giving him up.
Yeah.
I don't think.
No.
Could, but it probably didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you're hard on baseball.
Hard on baseball.
I think so.
Sword fighting, and you're.
I'll stick with gambling, poker.
Yeah.
Gambling, poker, a little boxing aside.
Boxing. I mean,
The boxing
something
is
where
good.
is it like a rigged thing? He had the upper hand because, he knew something the other guy didn't. Or he was cheating. He had that card,
sleight of hand.
that card thing that comes out all of a sudden,
An apparatus.
and then all of a sudden he loses his Millennial Falcon.
Oh,
So that's
a later.
That's a later reference.
Oh, okay.
But it's also an earlier
Kinda
reference
traveled to
because it's
Star
when
Wars.
Are
he's.
millennials only on this Falcon?
Did I say it wrong? I don't.
Millennial Falcon.
Gen Z Falcon?
Yeah,
That would
the
be
old
good.
Gen Z.
Oh, good.
How many Falcons are there?
So yeah, I don't know.
Falconer's hand.
Oh, and you got to raise that high, or it's
Yep.
coming to your face.
Right.
Sure. I mean, they're trained.
Well, not at first.
Yeah.
It takes a few errors, I'm sure.
A few
They're not
hands.
immediately trained.
Yeah, they didn't wear the leather thing the first time. I guarantee that.
What about a puppeteer? He's like, hey,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like on Robin Hood.
I see.
And then the other hand.
Oh, what's the tune? That's the best. And he's like, but Prince John has sucked his thumb.
And then he gets hits over.
3 times in a row.
Oh,
So good.
But maybe
Last
that's the upper. He's got the upper hand.
Yeah.
Maybe
Doesn't seem very competitive. It's a
it
competitive
involves
arena.
competitive or
whatever.
war, just
Yeah.
war. Like
War-
they
yeah,
literally
they
have the upper hand, and it has something to do with infantry and their hands.
I think it's
being
more
above.
sport, though.
You think it's sport?
Yeah.
Upper hand, yeah.
He's really got the upper hand on him tonight.
Yeah, that sounds boxing right there.
But see, the baseball, I like it,
Yeah.
but that has nothing to do with the competition, other than.
It's just
Oh,
luck.
true,
That's just
yeah.
pure luck.
But you
Yeah.
start first, so because you had the upper hand, now
yeah, that's
you
only
have.
specific to
Gotcha.
a few things rather than the tide.
What's another sport where
Shifting.
having a where somebody gets an advantage in some way? I just read that Boys in the Boat. It's all about rowing.
Rowing.
And I'm wondering if there's like something about rowing and a hand. Great book. This podcast is not sponsored by the movie or the book,
Still awaiting the authors.
but
Yeah, permission.
Why?
would love.
What about tug of war? I don't know if there's a.
Yeah, when you
You
reach
get
over,
get that upper hand pull.
and he's pulling, and you put your hand on top of his. You go,
Yeah.
Maybe your mom has the upper hand when you like reach for a cookie.
Yep.
She slaps it.
Moms always have the upper
Mom's
hand.
got
True.
the upper hand all the time. Okay.
Yeah. So if you win a coin toss and you get to pick, you get the advantage.
You
So
have the upper hand.
that assumes you have the upper hand by starting
Yeah.
how you want it.
And you flip
So,
a
yeah.
coin and you go like that. Upper hand,
Mm-hmm.
right? A
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Hand is on top. Yeah. The handshake. Are there any advantages?
Ooh, the
Yeah.
upper
If you go in
hand.
first and you're not ready and you
Right.
get that limp,
Right.
and it's like,
So you reach out.
Gotcha,
your
boy. Upper
sad.
hand. Step aside. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'll stay with baseball just because.
Sure.
Yeah.
It is a good image.
Yeah.
I've done that.
And you did
Yeah.
your research.
The only
and I wrote
problem
all
was
that,
when the other
so-
team sends out fat-fisted Frankie.
True.
And he can just reach
Mhm.
and cover the
He
whole
has
thing
the upper
every time.
hand.
all the time. His hands are huge.
Yeah. Because of a freak accident when I was younger.
Gosh, terrible.
Okay. Well, let's
You-
just.
are you diving in?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump
Wow.
right in.
Jump right
Really?
in. So
Never-
I'll go with poker, and I'm saying, I'm Gold Rush,
Yeah, we always
Old
say
West,
gold
1849.
1849. Oh, right, immediately.
The gold 49. What do you do in sword
would
fighting?
a guy in gold? Could there be a gold mining connection, like having the upper? Maybe it was originally the upper pan. He was panning upriver, and they just misheard it. That
Or
happens
maybe it was the
sometimes.
upper tan, and he just tanned his
His
face,
hide.
and he got his hand
He
tied.
just got his hands.
Tan hide tan.
Hide.
Sorry, my hands are tied because of my tan hide.
Okay.
All right.
So
Take
Find
away,
the
Whistlefoot.
meaning is obtain a dominant position or control of a situation.
Oh!
In context.
Wrestling? Did we not talk about wrestling?
We didn't. Boxing was close.
Can I just
Boxing?
okay? But just
You
real
know
quick,
some wrestling
I did. I
moves.
was county
I
champ.
did it, hey.
We county
We can
champ twice.
I
County
did
champ
it.
twice.
I wrestled in
We can-
4th grade just to make.
I wrestled too, and then they made me wear that ridiculous
I know,
outfit.
and stuff
make me
was
touch other
exposed.
people.
It's
Yeah,
the worst.
I
somebody's
hated
hands
it.
were.
Yeah.
under.
I'll just say that we could rewind the tape, but
For the
I'm
record,
pretty sure Dan has a clear sight
Oh,
to the
come
book. So when I
on.
opened it, so
Good
I'm just saying.
Lord.
I'm just
Oh,
saying.
wow.
Let's hear what you have to say.
I just
Let's hear it.
as soon as you said
Opened the
read
book.
read what you said.
Wait. Okay.
Just
okay.
read the opener. It
Okay,
triggered
yeah,
my
yeah.
mind. I
Uh-huh.
want to have just why it
Obtain
when
a
two
dom-
wrestlers get together, oh,
Obtain a
oh.
dominant position or control of a
Position.
situation.
control.
Okay.
So
Okay.
when you're wrestling, you both start equally. There's no advantage. You're standing upright. But the second round, if you
One's
make
on
it to the
top,
second
one's on
round,
bottom.
one has the
Remember that.
upper hand. You literally start like on top. They're down on all fours, and you're like straddling them. I don't remember what it's called.
It's another
But you
reason
have a
why
major
It's the worst.
upper hand.
Yeah.
You're literally grabbing their
you
elbow
have to
and
start
their
that
belly.
way. Yeah.
But if you do that trick move and you grab their elbow when you're on the bottom, you roll them,
Chicken
Yeah.
wing.
pin them.
Yep,
Pin
the
'em.
old noodle.
All right,
dropper.
let's see. In context, Oliver was trying to stay calm, but his anger got the upper hand. And he
Oh,
finally
wow.
exploded.
Anger can get the upper-
So
Even anger has.
internal conflict, okay?
Wow, why not just go deeper?
All right, upper hand is a saying that began with a simple 15th century game.
15th century.
It
it's
involved
not baseball.
a staff or stick and two or more contestants.
Oh,
It's
you
the same thing.
stupid.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Trav's going to toot his little.
Yeah, good thing you
horn.
said baseball, or we'd have given this to you
The
outright.
first person held the staff at the bottom, and the
Uh-huh.
next person placed their hand directly above.
Golly.
This happened in turn until the top end of the shaft was
What
reached.
a fun game.
The last person to place their hand on the end of the shaft was said to have the upper hand and was the winner. This practice was adopted in the 19th century on American playgrounds to determine which side would bat first.
Oh,
Wow.
In impromptu baseball
Can you
games.
face it so they can see the gloating?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my
Wow,
God.
2024
Wait,
is starting off right,
What,
guys.
what was the first game
You
called?
guys can also
Stick
just
grab?
kind of look at my
Like,
notes
little
too,
stick grabby.
if you would like to.
I can take a
Not
look.
the back though, because
When
those are
I
my-
right here, when I looked it up on the internet, it
on
clearly
the
stated
interweb.
insert pretend lie here.
Get the laughter and
The boys will be very
Wait for
impressed this
laughter.
time.
What about where it says
Dear
"Suck it, Dan"?
diary.
So that's how it ends. It said
You
goes to
stupid,
baseball.
Stupid dum dum.
Okay. Well done, Trav.
That's right.
20
No, look at the back. Those are my notes for yours.
Here.
Oh,
Here.
wow. You've got some.
Put her
notes.
there.
I've got to
Put her
hand
there.
it to you. Travis.
I've got
Travis.
I've got the upper hand now.
Oh, my
Now,
wrist.
nary I do.
Uh,
Oh man.
wow.
Travis,
okay.
you might say, ladies and gentlemen, that he won that one handily.
Hand.
Oh,
Oh
That's
wow.
right.
Hands down,
Hands down.
probably your best
the
performance.
best opener.
Yep.
It feels great.
New year, new you,
To
Trav.
kind of be vindicated, and I mean, we started this show.
Gosh darn
for
it, we're
moments
gonna
like
end it.
these, really.
Yeah.
Right? Well, you did.
Right.
We're just here to hang out. You really
Right.
wanted that
This
win.
is a big moment. Yeah.
And
Well,
I'm the king.
Yeah.
I'm the king.
You can call me Hand. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Ah.
thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed. That was quick.
That was
Wow.
lightning
I
fast.
hope you liked that 15 minutes of
I
just
apologize if you were hoping here.
enlightenment.
Can I just
really.
add? We've been getting a lot of feedback, as we usually do, from our listeners: emails, voicemails, texts, and
People
comments on.
talk.
Did you add an
are
S
big.
after listener?
I did.
Okay.
and
There's
that's
more.
that's
because I
There's
over
more
the
than
past
one.
3 seasons, I've
Yeah.
had at least more than one person say something. But
Perfect.
Yeah.
we have heard several of our listeners really enjoy listening to this. It helps put them to sleep.
I
I've heard
remember.
multiple
Like
people.
white noise.
Yeah.
Background chatter. if you
Yeah,
will.
Mike Martin says it'll put him out within a minute.
Yeah, Mom
So-
said he
Shout out
loves
to you,
listening. I'm like,
Mike.
oh,
Yeah.
cool. And it's like, yeah, so I can go to sleep.
I do want to put a disclaimer though. If you're operating heavy machinery, a
Mhm.
car or anything like that, and you're like prone to,
Don't say car, because I
mean-
think commuters are kind of our key audience.
but if this puts them to sleep,
That's true.
wake up.
Wake
Yeah.
up.
Hey,
Hey,
everyone,
hey,
snap
Are
out
you
of
there?
it.
Hey,
Mike,
Hands on the wheel,
Yeah.
10 and
Remember,
2.
I just won.
Is it 10 and 2?
Travis
Good.
just won 10 and 2.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Too. I wonder where that came from.
I don't even know what that
if
is.
you're looking for something, just a nice
Light.
20, 30 minutes with the boys.
15.
If you need something to
Breezy.
put you to sleep, if you need some sort of mental,
Gymnastics.
kind of, gymnastics.
There's a heaviness out there.
Mhm.
Lot of trepidation about where's 2024
Where are we
going.
headed?
I know. We got the election coming up.
Let's not
We've got
forget.
a couple of wars going on. Let's
Let's
Sure.
not forget.
Yeah.
We still all speak English,
W-
right?
Uh,
We still all
not
use.
all of our listeners.
That's true.
We-
Actually,
they
the
listen
one
to
in
us in
Japan.
other countries.
If you're listening,
say something.
I still don't need an editor. So thank you for reaching out.
Oh yeah.
There's a Japanese audience member who really
Wants
thinks
to
that this
edit
show
our
is
stuff.
legit. Anyways,
Oh,
yeah.
sweet.
most of us speak English.
Yep.
Yep.
We still use idioms.
We do
And
daily.
we'll still need this information for, maybe a fun little anecdote at a party.
Sure. Yeah, or in your bunker.
Or
I mean,
in-
however 2024 goes,
Wow.
you're gonna want to lighten the mood.
What's
Yep.
your bunker?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what mine is.
I'm in it.
This
Monday
is it.
morning or Tuesday morning. At 7
This thing's
a.m.
rock solid.
Well, except those hinges.
Except for the
Yeah.
hinges.
The
on
door's
the
kind
door
of
there.
falling apart.
Good
If you guys
night.
could come over and
Good
help
luck.
and stay
Godspeed.
safe.
Good riddance.